Toastmasters. Um, Imagine it's 14th August. Imagine because it is 14th August 2020 and you are about to leave for an extraordinary Toastmaster meeting. It is extraordinary on two grounds, because it is holiday, and secondly, there is a heavy rain in the city. When rain stops and you leave for the meeting, after sacrificing your family time at home, you don't find any water on the road. You are not afraid of being electrocuted while coming over here. You don't see any road broken, and you have no fear of being embarrassed with your car stuck in the middle of a road. Dear Toastmaster, to whom you gave all this credit? To whom you gave all this credit? When there is no water on your road, your storm drains are working properly, your sewerage system are intact, and there is no issue of coming over here immediately after the rain. Who should be given the credit?
I think
The
ourselves.
government?
Ourselves.
Huh?
I think ourselves.
Yourself, government,
Both. Because it's the citizens too.
and government. Well, I almost asked equal number of people outside of this meeting the same question. All have the same answer, government. When all of you were almost close to the answer, you are not to the point. I really don't know the reason. Government is an authority. Government exists at various tiers. There is a government at ward level, there is a government at district level, there is a government at provincial level, there is a government at federal level. If your street is clear, your DMC, district municipal committee, is responsible, deserve the credits. If your sewerage system is working properly, your urban government deserves your appreciation. If your roads are not broken, provincial government is responsible for responsible for the road, and it deserves your appreciations. If you are receiving water in your sink, in your shower, in my case, in the toilet, the federal government deserves your appreciation because it is building dams for you. There is another concept about the government which is called governance. This is not something organic, something visible. It is basically actions or methods or approach adopted by all government at various tiers, from union council to the federal government. These actions, method, approaches consist of certain laws, policies, regulation, and framework. This is, in fact, the governance which shows that there is a water on your road, or there is no water on your road. It is governance which shows that your storm drainage are working properly or not working properly. Governance can be in a negative sense and positive sense. If it is negative sense, it is a bad governance. In positive sense, it is a good governance. Whenever we talk about the activities, we call it governance, not a government. Now, governance and government have a similarity up to this alphabets. And then there is, the governance can be used anywhere. There is a governance for the project. There is a governance for the land, which is called land governance, regulatory governance, even corporate and company governance. There is a corporate and company governance. Is there any governance at corporate?
Yes.
Through the Code of Corporate Governance, corporate laws, regulations.
Okay, that the laws, basically again its approaches. In governance, board of director direct the direction and the law applying towards that the direction, right?
Yes.
And the law applying towards that direction. So there is a governance. There is a governance in the corporate or even in a company. Governance usually moves among the relationship between shareholder, stakeholder, management, and many other such players in the governance. Now tell me, is there any role of a chartered accountant in the governance?
Yes,
Yes.
I think
Okay, just give me one example because I'm racing with the time.
The chartered accountant in the capacity of CFO governs the finances,
Okay,
and the capacity of auditor, he or she audits
okay.
the governance.
Okay. As an auditor, he is doing governance related job.
Yes.
So in a way, I think overall, chartered accountant act as a gatekeeper for the governance of certain company or a corporations. Is there any difference between governance and management in the corporate sense? Because there is, no one is from public sector, right? So let's limit it to the corporate sector. Is there any difference between management and governance? So maybe, can you see any difference between management and governance?
I think management is like, managing the people, while governance is the framework and how you manage the people.
Sorry, the governance is what?
The framework in which-
Exactly. The governance is all about the framework, and management is about the people who are working in day-to-day operational level. So there is a difference between the management and the governance. Okay, let's keep this subject still narrower. Is there any governance in Toastmaster Club?
Yeah, sure.
Just give me one example.
We have to abide by certain rules and regulations of Toastmasters.
Exactly. Because the Toastmaster is being run by the leadership handbook, governing documents. So when we are voting for the Toastmaster Samir as a proxy voter, we are actually abiding the governance of our club meeting. I wish the government at our level do the same as the Toastmaster is doing. Thank you.